Hey everyone, it's Colin here at etrailer. Today we have in here a 2020 Jeep Gladiator. We've been doing some test fits on some hitch-mounted bike racks. Right now we have a Swagman Current loaded up. This is a 2-bike platform style rack, so it's going to be able to load up 2 bikes and get them to and from your destination. What's really cool about this bike rack is that it's built to handle virtually any bike. We're going to have a weight limit of 60 pounds per bike. So you can see we got our e-bike loaded up right now and it's handling it just fine. But you can see our cradles are wide, so we can get some 5-inch wide fat tire bikes loaded up here as well, just as long as they meet that weight limit of 60 pounds. One thing I do want to point out is that we do have our battery removed from our e-bike, so if you are going to use this bike rack for your e-bikes, it's always a good idea to remove that, stow it inside the truck just for traveling purposes, and then reinstall it when you're ready to ride. Now, another great feature is that we can tilt this away from our truck. There's going to be a green handle in here. We're just going to pull that up and then we can tilt it away like so. And then we can come and open up our tailgate in case we need to grab anything out of the trunk. What's nice is that you don't see a lot of bike racks out there that can tilt away and still allow you to get your tailgate fully open. With this, you can see we got good clearance right here. It's at least 2 to 3 inches. So we can grab whatever we might need out of the bed. Now when tilting it back up, I advise always grabbing the bike rack, not the bikes loaded. So I'm just going to grab this center mast right here and push up until it locks into place. Now each bike is going to be loaded at 3 different points, be securing it. 2 of those points are going to be on the straps on the wheels. We got 1 strap on the front wheel, nice rubber spacer right there. Make sure it doesn't harm or scratch the finish of your wheels. We have a 2nd strap on the back wheel. You can see securing them into nice metal wheel trays. Those are very tough and durable. We do have a frame hook, putting downward force on top of our frame, making sure it stays secure in our wheel trays. Now let's go ahead and take the bike off. We're going to start with the straps. Pretty easy to operate. Just push in on the tab and pull the strap all the way out. We'll do the same right here. Now for the frame hook, something we're going to do to help out with unloading, I'm going to first raise up on all the hooks. Now we're also going to take them completely off. It'll just help out with getting that center mast out of the way. When you have heavier bikes loaded, this is something that's going to make it easy so you don't have to try to maneuver around this center mast. Our pedal is in the way right now, so all we're going to do is lift up on the back and just get that pedal out of the way up front. Just like that. Now what we'll do is pull this lever and then lower the center mast. There we go, got it pulled up. Sometimes it is tricky to hold on to both the bike and that mast, but we got it loaded. Now this just makes it a lot easier. Instead of having to maneuver around and risk damaging our truck, you can just pick this right up and off. And then when you're done, you always want to make sure you do something with your hooks. I personally just like to throw them back on the center mast. But if you wanted to, you could just toss them in the cab of your pickup. Also, these straps being as long as they are, because they are made for fat tire bikes as well, you can go ahead and replace those just so they don't, blow in the wind too much or flop around. Now with any hitch mounted accessory, you're going to have added length to your vehicle. In case of our Gladiator, we'll measure from the bumper to the outermost point, about 27¼ inches added onto the back. Now we can take away some of that space by folding this up towards the truck. Just going to pull that same handle that we used to tilt it away. Fold it up till it locks into place. Let's measure again. Bumper to the outermost point's about 15½ inches. So we took away a lot of space. You want to keep this in mind for any close quarter situations, like if you want to park in your garage and still be able to close your garage door. That space that we took away could make all the difference. Now let's come down and see how it attaches to our hitch. We're gonna have 2" by 2" hitch receiver on our Gladiator. However, we can fit another size hitch. We just remove this sleeve right here, and that makes the shank compatible with 1¼ hitches. So if you have another vehicle in your household which has that size hitch, you're gonna be able to use this bike rack for that as well. We do have an anti-rattle bolt, which is tightened down. It takes away the shake and play from our bike rack. You can see the entire vehicle is moving and our bike rack's not budging. And we got a lock on the other side. It's going to be keyed alike with the locks on your hooks. Well, that's going to do it for our look at the Swagman Current on our 2020 Jeep Gladiator.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway.